Hello folks, and welcome back to another video. In this video we're going to look at how you can save a function that you've written. We have, in the last video, we wrote a function here. It's a by call function that lets us summarize the data, the min, max, average, and count of the data that's in these columns. And you can see here C6 to G, so this one formula is giving us this information all across here. And in this case, this one formula, we're doing I6 to L, is giving us the same thing. So let's go ahead and take our paint roller and let's highlight all of those so that those, and then let's spread these out a little bit. So that's how we're using the function. If I were to add something in there, we would see that we're going to get something very similar in here, giving us our min, max, and average. And that's all coming, again, let's go ahead and color that. It's all coming from this single by call lambda function. We've gone over how to build that. But what if I wanted to take this function and use it somewhere else? So that would be a really great option. I wouldn't have to write all this out again, and that's what you can do now with the new saved named functions. So we'll start with a named function. You can see I've already made a couple here, but I want to create a new function, and I'm basically going to use this function here, but let's go ahead and give it a new name. So I'm going to call this call underscore cur underscore format. I'll just do that. And so what this is going to do, this function description, if you mouse over this I, it tells you that's going to appear the about section of the function. So this function will make a summary in a cell of a column of currency. Okay, so, and you'll want to make sure you spell that correctly. It's going to show up names that serve as the placeholders for future inputs. Well, we're going to use this as the range. We'll call it the range, and then the formula definition. Press enter. We have to press enter there. So we're going to have a range because we're just working with one single range, and then we're going to have our lambda formula. So a formula definition is required. Well, this is the formula, so we're going to take the whole formula, copy that, and we'll paste it in here. So that's my formula, and the argument suggestions is I6 to L. That could be, we could change this to, it's going to be a range. It's going to be a range that you're going to define. In this case, I'm doing I6 to L, but it could be any range you want. So we're going to go ahead and define that. And then we're going to go next. And the argument description range, we mouse over that. Short description of what the range is, let's see. You're going to, what is the input range, and you can always come back and fix these, and here would be the range, and I might just put in A4 colon F, for instance. That could just be a range that you might be using. So go ahead and create that. So now I have a new call cur format range. Let's see how we might use that, and that's going to be a function now that is in this spreadsheet. So if I were to slide over here to the right, let me just grab some currency, copy that, and just give me some space here. I'll paste in a line of currency, and then here, notice I can just start typing equals call cur format. It's a named function, and then the range is this range right here that we have. Not letting me select my range. So it's going to be important when when you go ahead and type this that you, let's go ahead and go equals my call curve format. That's the name of my function. Now it's asking for a range. Let me get this out of the way. And it's going to be this range right here. And I'm going to get rid of the N20 or the 23. I can hit enter. And there we go. As simple as that. Bold. And again, call curve format N6 to N. Now, if I said that was N6 through M, you're going to get this same N6 to M. Then, what's happening with this? N6 to M. There we go. And that keeps changing. Let me, that was why it's N6 to O. So if I do that, there's my new function giving me that summary that I wanted with a single very easy formula that I built. Now here's the great thing about this. So I've got this call curve format, and I can use this elsewhere. Let me go ahead and change this back. Just change this back to N6N, so we don't have that space that's incorrect there. We'll go ahead and do that. Let's open up a new sheet. So this would be sheet.new, and this is a named function example. And what we can do here is come to data, named functions. Now this sheet doesn't have any functions on it, but I can import a function, and we should be able to see that maybe this char10, yep, that's what I want to do. And it's telling me that I've got several named functions in here. So I'll do this function here, and I want to import it. And now it's part of this sheet. That's awesome. So now if I had a range of numbers here, let's go ahead and let's say we have some currency here. We could, quickly grab some numbers out of here. We've got some currency numbers right here. Let's just go ahead and grab them, make it easier. We'll go ahead and copy. Here's my new named function sheet. I'll go ahead and paste. There's my little set of numbers. Now here in this column A, in row 4, I can go equals call curve format. Great. What it's asking for is a range, and if you open this up, you can see it's a named function, call curve format, A4 to F is I think what we put in our example. This function will make a summary in a cell of a column of currency, formula definition, and so forth. Range, what is the input range? So I can put that away. I can select my range, and bingo, there's my very quick, very nice function that I built once in one sheet, and now I'm using it in another sheet, and I'm not having to, in this example, when you look back at this, I don't have to build that all over again, and I can import it to a new sheet. Going to save a huge amount of time if you build functions in your domain that you want other people to use. I hope this helps. Again, we did this in our data, named functions. We created the named functions, and then in my new sheet, I went to data, named functions, and imported a function from an existing sheet.